Hello and welcome to our discussion on variance analysis. In this session we will try to focus attention on the cost variances, and the total cost variance is a summation of material cost variance, labor cost variance and the overhead variance. This variance is the difference between the standard cost and the actual cost. The standard cost is a predetermined cost fixed before the production process starts, and this is fixed based on certain assumptions, understanding the business and understanding the technical aspects of the plant and machinery. So the total cost variance is equal to the labor cost plus material cost plus overhead variances. Here we would like to focus attention on one of the elements of cost variance, says that is labor cost variance. So the material cost variance, labor cost variance and overhead variance together will show the total cost variance. So the labor cost variance is a part of the total cost variance which arises due to the change in the standard cost of labor and the actual cost of labor. And this labor cost variance arises due to the rate variances and or efficiency variances. So the change in the labor cost may be due to the change in the number of hours worked, which will be reflected through labor efficiency variances, or due to the rate at which the wages have been paid, which are called labor rate variance. So let us take an example to understand these three components of the total cost variance, and in the process also understand the process of determining the variances. So 10 workers working for 10 hours can produce 1000 units of output, and the standard wage rate is ₹50 per hour. Suppose this is the standard given. During a particular period, the actual production is 5000 units. With this actual cost, 20 workers worked for 40 hours. The actual wage rate is 40. So, in this case, let us find out the labor cost variances, because there is no information about the material. We'll only focus attention on the labor cost variance. Whenever information is given about the variances, we have to first find out what is the actual time. The actual time is equal to 800 hours, 20 workers working for 40 hours. So 800 person hours has been actual time. The actual rate, these people have been paid at the rate of 40 per hour. 40 per hour. The standard rate was supposed to be 50 per hour. So this is also given. So actual time is given, standard time is given, and the actual rate is given. What is not given is the standard time. So what is the standard time? Standard time is the expected time for actual production. Is the expected time for actual production. The expected time is 10 workers working for 10 hours can produce 1000 units. So actual production is 5,000 units. So 1,000 units of output requires 100 person hours. So 5,000 units will need 500 person hours. So this 500 is the standard time. So we have standard time, actual time, standard rate and actual rate. Even at this juncture we can see that the standard time has changed, the time consumption is different as well as the rate is different. So let us find the labor variances. The labor variances or labor cost variances will be the standard cost of labor minus the actual cost of labor. The standard cost of labor is equal to standard time into standard rate, which is 50 into 500, and actual cost of labor is actual time into actual rate. So we paid 32,000 rupees, whereas we were supposed to have used or paid 25,000 rupees only. So there is an adverse or unfavorable variance. Unfavorable variance. So the labor cost variance shows that in this case the labor cost has gone up by 7,000. But why did this labor cost variance happen? Or the labor cost variance, as we saw here, may be due to the rate variance or efficiency variance. So the rate variance is equal to the difference between the actual rate and the standard rate, or the rate variance is a part of the cost variance which arises due to the change in the rate. So labor rate variance in this case is equal to 8,000, which is 50 minus 40 into 800. We paid 10 rupees per hour less. So there is a favorable variance of 8,000. Why it is favorable? Why it is called favorable? It's called favorable because you paid less to that extent. Because the actual cost of labor or labor rate is less than the standard labor rate. But we know that the total cost variance is negative or unfavorable, so there has to be another reason for the variance, which is called labor efficiency variance. And the labor efficiency variance is equal to standard time minus the actual time into standard rate. Standard time minus the actual time, whereas the labor rate variance is the difference in the rate and efficiency variance is the difference in the time taken. And labor efficiency variance is equal to 15,000 unfavorable. 15,000 unfavorable because you took more time than what we were supposed to have taken. Unfavorable. So labor cost variance is equal to 7,000 unfavorable, which is significantly due to the inefficiency, that is the standard time is much below than the actual time. This may be due to the fact that we have paid less is possible. Because there is a labor rate variance is positive, the labor efficiency variance is negative. So there is a need for the labor or HR manager to examine the effect of the rate and efficiency on the overall cost. So the total cost variances arise due to material or labor or the overhead variances, and one of the component labor cost variance arise due to either change in the rate or change in the efficiency. Thank you very much.